What's up guys, I thought I'd check out another custom ROM for the Nexus 4. This one's quite a popular one, it's called SlimBean. As always, I'll put the links in the description, so if you like it you can go ahead and flash it. And yeah, like I said, it's a really popular one. It's not just for the Nexus 4, there are a lot of other devices, but I'm checking it out on the Nexus 4. And it had some really nice features, so I thought I'll show you and do a review on it. So the first thing you're going to notice actually is when you check out the lock screen, if we unlock it here, you can see that the in the circle it has its own little SlimBean icon. So it's kind of cool. When you drag it, it disappears, but when it's there, you can see it there. It's different from the stock, and it's actually a nice little touch. The second thing you're going to notice is the difference in the UI. The status bar and nav bar and everything else is just a little bit smaller, and that's because by default they've changed the LCD density. Now if you don't like it, you can just go ahead and go straight into interface, general, and change the LCD density from 268 to 320, and you'll go back to your normal resolution and your normal pixel sizes. That's as easy as it is, so there's no problem there. But I actually quite like this smaller font, so we'll stick with it. Other than that, guys, if we you can see here, it comes with a different launcher. It comes with the Hola launcher, which is decent. There's a lot of different options, which I'll show you a little bit later. If we go into the app tray, we can see what it comes with here. You can see the G apps that I flashed came with ROM Manager, and the ROM itself does come with a Slim File Manager as well. So that's their own version of a file manager, which is really nice to have because it's one of the first things you always go ahead and download. Secondly, guys, or thirdly, I think we're on thirdly now. It's very, very fast. If I just navigate around here, you can just see how quick everything is. It does feel faster than PA, in my opinion. It does feel faster than a lot of ROMs. I do think it's running the stock Google kernel, but it is very, very, very quick. So if you want just a nice quick ROM, this is a great option. Now, if we move to the customization stuff here, you can see the advanced slim settings menu. What I really like about this ROM, guys, is how well it's set out. I think it's set out really well. One of the best, actually. You can see here interface profiles, quiet hours, which is from Cyanogen mod, which is really good. It's like do not disturb mode, and you can set it really nicely there. Themes and slim OTA, so you can actually get over-the-air updates from the developer, which is really nice built in. So you can see download G apps is right here. It's all nice and it's all in its own little package. Really nice stuff. So let's check out the customization options. So we'll dive into interface here, guys, and you can just see how well everything is displayed. It's really nice, really clear. You've got display, general, keyboard, input methods, lock screen, navigation bar, etc., etc. Loads of nice stuff. So let's dive into display here, guys. The first tab. You can see you can change some animation stuff like the CRT. You can turn it off, and you can change the CRT animation mode by portrait horizontal, portrait vertical, a few other things. What I really like about this ROM, guys, and you don't find in a lot of ROMs, is this brightness option. So you can click this brightness option here, guys, and if you tick, well, if you can move this around, obviously like normal, the manual brightness level. If you tick automatic brightness and you hit up adjust, you can actually change the levels of the automatic brightness, which you cannot usually do on stock ROM, and I haven't seen it on any custom ROM either. So this is actually really nice, and it's a nice feature to have because you don't have to install like Lux, which is another app that does this for you. It's actually inbuilt into the ROM, so you can change the automatic brightness levels, which I think is awesome. We'll just leave this on manual for now because I can't bother to deal with it. But it's a good option. Obviously, you've got your notification light. If you click into that, you can set the default value, so you won't need stuff like you know, the light flow. That's the one. You won't need stuff like that because you can use it here. Rotation, you can change that. Volume rocker and all that good stuff. Moving on to general, guys. Okay, guys, if we dive into general now, you've got a few other options in here like LCD density. You can also turn on tablet dual panel mode, so the settings will be, well, if I just turn it on and show you, I'll have to restart the settings for it to happen. Click into settings here, and now you'll see they're in the dual panel mode. I know a lot of people like that, but yeah, that's a nice feature to have nonetheless. We'll turn it back off now because it's easier to see on a camera with this mode. So that's a nice feature to have, and it is there. What else do we have in there? We've got a few other miscellaneous things, custom carrier label, recent RAM bar, and things like that. You know, standard stuff you get in most ROMs. Keyboard and input methods, you know, you can just do a few things. Disable full screen keyboard, a few things like that. Lock screen, you get pretty much what you'd expect here, guys. Screen security, widgets, different backgrounds, background transparency, different slider targets, so you can have different apps for shortcuts here. A few other things, enable 8 slider targets, you know, all that good stuff. Pretty standard stuff there, guys. Navigational bar, you can add buttons. I like how everything is set out into its own little thing. It's not all over the place. It's really nice. It's just really, really clean, I've got to say. Ring targets, so the Google Now, you can pull up different things. You can change it if you don't want it to be Google Now. You can have different stuff there. Didn't mean to open Google Now. We'll back up. Style and dimmings. You know, you can make the navigation bar transparent. You can change the colors. You can get rid of the navigation bar completely. If you just put the bar height to 0, it'll turn it off, and then you need a different app to navigate around. Stuff like that. Nice features to have there. Go back out. Moving on to the notification drawer, guys. If we click into here, you've got a lot of different options. If we go into notification drawer style, you can have a different background. You can change it to be more transparent or less transparent. A few things like that, you know, the standard options we normally get in a custom ROM. You can have a power widget, which is disabled by default. If we enable it, pull down the tray, you can see here the options we have here, these shortcuts to turn some stuff off. Obviously, you can mess around with what you want. You can have different things there, go to sleep, a few other ones. We'll turn that off for now, but there's a few other options that are there. If we go down to quick settings panel, you can click into there. Obviously, we've got it enabled. And there's a lot of options in here. Quick pull down, on, off, tiles. You can change the layout, the network mode, all that sort of stuff we can go ahead and change and customize to however we like it. Really, really nice feature there. What else have we got down here? Dynamic tiles are not always visible and will only show up if triggered by a system event. They're all on at the moment, but I'm not going to bother showing you. So these appear and disappear when they're in use, basically. But we'll move on. Notification shortcuts, a few other things there. Power menu, guys. This is when you hold off the power button, you get all this different stuff. You can turn expanded desktop mode on, and you can make it hide the bar, status bar, or both. So you can have a full screen view there. That's really nice. Sound is interesting. You don't see the sound much on custom ROMs, but there is one here. You can see you can actually have an ascending ringtone, so you can make it get louder and louder as it rings. That is a nice feature to have, and you don't see on many things there. And a few other options like less frequent notification sounds, notification conversion, safe headset volume, which you can turn off, volume adjustment sound, play sound when adjusting volume with volume rocker, and a few other options here as well. So a lot of different options that you don't get on a lot of custom ROMs. So I have to say there's a lot of choice on this SlimBean. Moving on to status bar. Again, status bar background style, guys, we can change it. We can make it transparent. So you can do anything you want. You can change the color, whatever the hell you want, you can change it. Clock and date enabled, you can turn it off. I guess you can change the color, change the alignment, all that good stuff. And we can also change the this is the signal status to hidden or a different icon. Obviously, you can change the battery icon as well to all these different ones like percentage or circle mod, whatever the hell you want, you can go ahead and change it. And you can turn on brightness control from here, so you can control the brightness by swiping a finger over the status bar, which is a nice feature. And lastly here, we've got Wi-Fi, guys. I don't really know what this does, but there's a Wi-Fi regional code and you can change it. I don't know what it does though. And there's Wi-Fi priority. So if you have a lot of Wi-Fis around and you want it to connect to a specific one, you can move it around to the top and it will connect to that one specifically. So you can just see what I mean by how everything's laid out really nicely. Everything is really clear. I've got to say it's pretty much the best laid out custom ROM that I've seen. Everything's in their nice little sections and it's all easy to find. A lot of customization. We've got here the quiet hours from Cyanogen Mod, so we can have, you can turn it off at night, keep your phone on, and you won't get any notifications or disturbances. You obviously got your theme manager and you've got the Slim OTA, which is really nice to have as well. I'm probably missing something somewhere, but this is just a kind of review or overview of it. It's really nice, guys. It gives you a lot of different options. Going through a lot of them, and I've been through a lot of them now, I've got to say this is ranking at one of the top because it's very smooth, it's very clean, everything's really nicely laid out. There's no bloatware or anything like that anywhere. It's really nice. The only thing I would say it's missing is the Pi controls, but obviously you can get them with the LMT launcher. But for me, that is the only thing it's missing. Otherwise, it is a very, very nice custom ROM here, guys. There is obviously loads. I mean, there's more I could talk about here. There's the launcher stuff, which to be honest, I actually forgot about, but it's really interesting. There's loads of different launcher things you can have here. So you can change the desktop settings, the drawer settings, the dock settings, there's settings all over the place. You can keep this in memory, which is really nice to have, so you don't have a reloading launcher, things like that. Drawer settings, you can change the layout, the grid sizes, so you can have loads here. If I show you that quickly, let it restart. And then you can see that my icons are a lot closer together and there's no spaces, but it's kind of nice that you have the option to change it, and that's what's really nice. You've got the dock, so you can have more stuff in the dock, appearance, other things like that, like icons and text sizes. That's all here, guys. I don't really want to talk about the launcher that much, but it's there. It comes with it, lots and lots of functionality. You've also got the Holo Locker as well, which you have to go ahead and download. But once you do that, you can change stuff on the lock screen, like the slider and things like that. But it's, like I said, it's a really nice ROM. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you later.